Well, hi there, folks. It's Albert here, 100 Cups Colombia, back with a little bit more of the cancer news. Now, as you can imagine, it's taken me a little bit of time to get this video together, but here we are. So, where will I start? I'll try to start where I left off. Yeah. So, since we last talked to you, we had a second CT scan, and the second CT scan, that was a little bit stressful, because you're kind of going, why do they want another CT scan of my head to my rib cage? Because you're thinking, well, that might be bad news. And no, it turned out to be good news. So there's no problem with the throat, there's no problem with the thyroid, there's no problem with the trachea, the heart. Yeah, it's all good. Basically, that's we're looking at good news on the front of as it having metastasized into other areas. That's just not happened. So we're looking good on that front. Apart from that, I had to go and get a load of blood tests done, which turned out to be quite amusing when you're anemic, because when you get blood tests done and you're anemic, what you tend to forget is it might make you fall over. Yeah. So I come out of the blood test place and I decide to get myself a little bit of quiche on the way home. I get up to the restaurant. I managed to order my quiche, and then I just about collapse on the floor. So I had to have a wee lie down in the middle of the mall and have a couple of orange juices to get my act back together. And that was the blood tests. So we've had the CT scan, we've had the blood tests. There's a bunch of other stuff that's gone on, but in general, I still kind of feel okay. The big news will be tomorrow, because tomorrow has to do with this fun stuff here. Now, this fun stuff here is designed, let's just say we're getting a colonoscopy tomorrow and a tattoo. And this gear here is to clear you out. So when I leave you here, I'm going to be taking that stuff, and then the fun and games will truly begin. Now that dog's at it again. Oi! Come here, you. Oi! Just give me 1 second while I go and put the dog's toys away, because he's just gonna, oh, here he is. Oi, give me that. Oi, come here. Come here. Give that. Give me that. Give it. Give it. Right, look. Come here. So he thinks it's a game now. Right. Right. Come here. Right. Right. So once again, to add into the entertainment, this is the boy. And the boy is very annoying. Are you very annoying, son? Are you very annoying? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Anyway, I had to get him back. That was another interesting thing, is the exercise part, yeah? So the doctor says, firstly, you've got to go on this high protein diet. So basically no rice, no bread, no potatoes, no nothing like that. You're basically on meat and vegetables. So the meat, you kind of get, what are you going to do? You've just got to get yourself used to it. So you eat a lot of steak, it's tough. Not the steak, mind you. And the other part of it is I need to be exercising the old hound here. Well, I need to be exercising myself. Hold on. Go on then. All right, don't trip over that. Hey! And there you go. That's part of the fun and games with the dog, isn't it? Hold on while I go and plug that back in. Or will I? Actually, it still looks okay. Anyway, Thank you very much, boy. Anyway, where was I? I was on to this high protein diet and the exercise. I have a elliptical exercise machine in my room, which is generally used for hanging clothes on. So we had to fire that up. And the idea with this high protein diet and exercise is that you are preparing yourself for your recovery. Yeah, you're trying to get your metabolism knocked into shape so that you can, you're going to recover faster or quicker from the surgery, hopefully. So that's been another aspect of it. So we've been getting, and that just knocks you on your ass. You're 1 minute you're okay, and the next minute you're fast asleep. But apart from that, it's been, so that's the physical side of it. That's where we were and where we are now. Tomorrow is a big day, like I say, because this colonoscopy is with a much smaller tool. So this colonoscopy can actually get past the tumor, and what they do is they tattoo. So finally I'm going to get a tattoo. I asked her if I could have a big W on each cheek. Some of you might know the oldest tattoo joke in the world. But yeah, maybe I'll get her to take a photograph of my tattoo. But the point of the tattoo is to deline all the places where the cancer is, so that when they go in laparoscopy, they know exactly what they're going to cut out. So that's the physical side of it. All the tests are done up to this colonoscopy. And once this colonoscopy is done, the fun and games will truly begin on the 16th of August when they go in and cut it out, hopefully. I hope they cut all of it out. So, well, it's been an interesting time, and it's been an interesting time because of, apart from the physical part of it, it's quite an interesting mental time, yeah? Because you have to, there's lots of things you have to start considering, and with, wills and all kinds of funny stuff comes up. But strangely, I've got to tell you, I so far have found it one of the most positive things that's happened to me in the last 15 years. Because you have to start to think about what you do and how you act, and I think it almost instantaneously makes you 10% nicer. I think we're getting a visit from the bats. There's old Batty right there. So we got dogs, we got bats, we got cancer, we got everything. It kind of instantly, whether it will, if you get cured, I don't know if it's the same, but it instantly makes you more considerate about everything, yeah? And you tend to think 10 seconds longer before you open your big fat yap, which for me is an incredibly long time, 10 seconds to opening my big fat yap. So like I say, it's been mostly a very positive thing. I've been, I hate to say it, it's almost enjoying it, yeah? I'm a bit of an attention freak, I suppose. There have been a couple of times where the darkness creeps in, and even that is an interesting process, because you've heard about Nietzsche's abyss, where if you look long enough into the abyss, eventually the abyss has a wee look at you too, and that's definitely happened a couple of times. Yeah, it's definitely happened a couple of times where it comes on pretty hard and pretty heavy. And generally speaking, when it does come on pretty hard and pretty heavy, you'll get a message from someone, which has been one of the more positive things about doing this with a camera here, is I've had so many messages and so many phone calls, and I don't know if I'm repeating myself from the last time, because obviously the Alzheimer's probably kicking in as well now. But everybody's been a big help, yeah? Everybody has been a big help. Wonderful phone calls, great discussions. I had old Dominic Dixon was down for a couple of days, and I didn't know that I hadn't seen Dominic since 2008. Yeah? But he's one of these friends, and it's good to have a few of these friends who, even if you haven't seen them for 12 years, you sit down with these guys, and it's like the last time you talked was yesterday. Yeah, so I've got a good few of these friends. It's a strange thing, folks. It's a strange thing. It's a strange thing to say it's a positive thing. It's a strange thing to say it's caused you to get your act together, grow up just a little bit. Grow up. That's good, isn't it? Look like bleeding Santa Claus, and I'm still growing up. But that's what it is. It's a swift kick up the ass. You know, when you're sitting there in the room for the CT scan, you're sitting there in the room for the CT scan, and you're looking around and you're going, wow, all these dudes in here are between 45 and 65. All of them. We're all the same age. And we all have that same slightly worried look in our eye. And that's when you realize that, man, it's not just me this is creeped up upon. This is creeped up upon a huge amount of men. Yeah? And I know it's not fashionable to talk about men these days. We're not as cool as we used to be. Well, I am, obviously. That's, no getting away from that. But, yes, lads, and I'm being very serious now, get down there and get yourself checked. Get it up the old wazoo. Do whatever you've got to do, because you might give yourself another 20 years on the bench, as opposed to a quick 20 years, well, an eternity under the ground. So, yeah. The tests are simple. The nurses are attractive, so that's a positive of when you go down to the hospital. Yeah, I think that's about all I've got to say about this for just now. So, colonoscopy tomorrow, surgery on the 16th, and then hopefully I can get back to doing things like having a cup of coffee and going somewhere on my motorbike, because that's really what I'm supposed to be doing here. And I've got a new motorbike, and well, because I've got cancer, what are you going to do? You're not going to get the new motorbike? Of course you're going to get the new motorbike if you've got cancer, and a helmet and goggles, and well, anyway, we'll show you that later. But I'm almost up at 200 subscribers now, so if this encourages 3 of you to subscribe, I'll have 200 subscribers, and that will instantly cure my cancer. So get on the old YouTube channel, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you after the 16th of August with more cancer and coffee updates. I thank you very much, and good night, folks. Sleep well. Sleep tight. Don't let them bugs bite. See ya.